How's it going, Lakers? Welcome back to Swamp Stories. I'm your host, Evan Rose, and today we'll be interviewing Sean Wilson, who is the co-drum major for the West Bloomfield High School marching band and the stage manager for our theater department. We're going to get straight into it, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
So, starting with band, how long have you done band for, and what instrument do you play?
I've been doing band since 6th grade. I started my musical journey on the flute, but I am self-taught in guitar. I've been playing that for 3 years. I can play a bit of piano. I'm not great at it, but I can play piano.
That's cool.
And I've also been doing some singing. So
Singing? I've never heard you sing.
He'll hear me eventually.
All right. What are your main roles for a drum major?
The main thing that I've taken away is that you're kind of acting as a beacon for the band to fall back on and to lead them forward. In my opinion, a leader can only be as great as the people they lead. It's a very strong communication between both groups. So it's a lot of figuring out the best way to lead your band in the best way to work with your band while still acting as a strong leader. So one of the main roles is making sure that everyone has the music, everyone knows their part, knows our drill, which is just the rehearsal and how we march in a show, and all the fundamentals of marching. That's one of the main things we do.
That's cool. So do you assist the director, the band director? Is that?
We act as the directors almost. We do assist the director, Mr. Sachs, when he is present. But for most of the season, it's been led by us mainly.
Oh, that's cool.
Riley and
So
I.
do you decide the music that y'all play?
We did decide on it back in June of this year. We decided back in June. We had a voting contest, and then we sat down with Mr. Sachs and figured out what pieces we could get a hold of and which ones would work best for us. So yeah,
That's cool. What are the time requirements for band?
In high school, it varies. A lot of bands have what they call a 0 hour, where they'll wake up for let's say another band besides just the class. So if, for example, there was a jazz band, they'd have to be at the school at about 5 a.m. or early in the morning to participate and be in that band. But here, we usually have a lot of rehearsals later in the day, 6:30 to 8:30. And it goes yearly, so I'd say it's a pretty big requirement, especially if you're doing jazz band. It's every Monday, 6:30 to 8:30. So if you're invested in a bunch of other extracurriculars, you're going to be spending a lot of time here. Marching band, we last until November, so it's not as long of a time commitment, but there's more dates to meet. So
Yeah, but then when marching band ends, you have other band stuff.
exactly, there will be concert band, which is just
Painful.
class. Concert band, which is just our class, and then jazz band, which is the extracurricular on Monday.
That's cool. So I know you're in theater, so could you tell us a little bit about how you balance theater, band, and schoolwork and homework and your very busy life that I don't know how you keep up with?
I'm a procrastinator. I can't control it. I just do. But the main way I do it is I shift my schedule around. I try to set a schedule to follow, but not a strict schedule to follow. So it'd be pretty loose, pretty flexible, just in case I have to switch something in for another. For example, if I have some homework that I want to get done, I will say I can go to sleep first so I can actually get some sleep and wake up and do this. It's really just a lot of micromanaging and finding those quiet times where you can do stuff. And then a lot of doing stuff ahead of time. You do, even as a procrastinator, you still have to have kind of that responsibility. So getting stuff done earlier instead of, procrastinating for long, even if you still can't control it like me.
Yeah.
That's usually a good way to balance the life.
Do you plan to pursue band and music and theater? Do you plan on pursuing that in college or anything?
I plan on majoring in technical theater. Hopefully, I can become a professional stage manager. That's kind of my goal with a minor in physics. But I do plan to pursue music on the outside. I'll probably do it as a hobby, make a few albums, see what we got do with that.
Hmm. What would be your advice for someone who wants to start playing an instrument but like doesn't know where to start because maybe their school doesn't have a program or something?
Yeah. I My biggest advice would be before even touching an instrument, figuring out what you want to gain from it. Because I know there's definitely a lot of people, even me at a point where on the outside it looked really fun and cool to play an instrument, but I ended up never enjoying it or wanted to try something else. So really taking your time and gauging your options because they're a little costly. Doing that, and then once you have selected that instrument, making sure you have as much stuff as you can to prepare yourself to play. Usually, I would recommend starting on your own journey. It makes you feel like you have a bit more free will or choice behind it rather than beginning with lessons or a class.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend usually testing the waters yourself first.
Yeah, I played trumpet for like 3 years
Yeah,
and I want to get back into it, but like I just don't have the time
that's
with
fair.
theater and stuff. Since you are in theater, would you mind telling us like your role in that
Of course.
and what you do?
So I've been in a few positions here, but the main one that I am in now is the lead stage manager. And what I do with that role is manage a lot of communication between different groups of people. So the acting side, the costume and makeup side, the technological set construction and lighting and sound, I have to manage and get information between all those groups effectively. And then also
Like cues and all that.
exactly cues, any last minute changes, for example, like let's say this character now needs a handkerchief or something like that. I would have to communicate that to the costuming team now.
Yeah, I call you the cue man.
Okay.
The cue man.
Yeah. It's not the easiest role. It's not for everyone. I'd say it can be very boring
Yeah.
because a lot of the stuff we do is waiting to get that information in the beginning stages, at least on our WB level of stage managing. But I enjoy it.
I don't know if I would have like an interest in stage managing, like because obviously like usually the head of tech usually becomes a stage manager
Yeah.
eventually, you know, like Kendall and Elizabeth and stuff and Sophia, but like I just want to stay on like the technology
That's fair.
side of it. I don't know, that's just me. I don't know if I'd like stage managing because like you're always with the actors,
Yeah.
but you're good at it.
Thank you.
I don't think I could be good at it. What are your other interests besides theater and band?
I love to do photography as a hobby. My subjects usually consist of nature, so flowers and stuff. I want to start shifting to people, so I have to set up a few dates and get some photos for fun and whatnot. But that's one of my main hobbies. Outside of band, I play other instruments. I mean, I have my own quote unquote band outside of at least our theater band, or not theater band, our WB band program. So that's cool. I like to travel. So I like going to places like Washington, New York City, just get around.
Love New York.
We love New York.
I'm going there senior year.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, well, because I didn't know about it last year.
I
So,
gotcha. It was a fun time. You'll have
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. All right, we appreciate you coming on the show, Sean.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
That's all from us, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Swamp Stories, your source for all things Lakers. Swing by next week for more.